語外体無明欲ぬ生尊よ無人の死死人徳無力君古代へ人名公名異祖真の大戦願遊ぶ大小法華道所持理不下脱不正上位会に精進如で三昧知恵以上五世特物名詞が一切空一差大安慶死有部百千億万無量大小修行五弱よ一切死と小仏不尿愚道天正不逆非尿五者仏世界無不影無種節道公明失笑天使小国女で精進偉人難量量がサブ国土第一五種奇妙上超別国女内容二無とそがと愛民道脱一切実法来生心熱症状意図我国経絡安穏鉱物神妙映画心象発願の日力小小欲実法生存知恵無下上量子孫が信用軽量死死食毒中家業精進民獣不敬ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがにしくどく平等正祭 나만나 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 나만나.
We will now have a Dharma message delivered by Reverend Umezu. Now, unfortunately, she wasn't feeling well today, but it will be delivered via Zoom.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Oops, one moment, I'm on, okay. Good morning, everybody. Please join me with hands together as I read a passage written by Venerable Shindan. It is difficult to encounter the cause of the great Bodhisattva vow, even over many lifetimes. It is difficult to receive the benefits of the pure truth from the true and real, even over hundreds of millions of eons. If one should come to receive the truth from the activity of Namo Amida Butsu, one should rejoice in all the past karmic causes and conditions that have brought them to do so. Namandabts, namandabts, namandabts. Good morning and Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for spending the first morning of 2023 listening to the Nembutsu with us here at the West LA Buddhist Temple. I hope that everyone had a nice New Year's Eve celebration. And are you all ready for the new year? Is anyone making any New Year's resolutions? Or any hopes or wishes for the new year? Don't you think it's true that we often wish for a clean slate and wish for our lives to be prosperous in the coming year? We want to start the new year off on the right foot, so to speak. We tend to have the mindset of out with the old and in with the new. And to put ourselves in that mindset, I think we often try to clean up our lives at the end of the year, right? We clean our houses, we try to wrap up things for the year, wrap up our paperwork. I myself spent the last week cleaning my house, donating things that I don't need or want anymore, finishing up work and emails that I didn't want to have to worry about in the new year. But I think that oftentimes it's not just our physical lives that we wish to clean up, right? We all wish to have a clean slate, a clean start with our spiritual and emotional selves as well. I know that all of us in our own ways experienced both good and bad things last year. And in an effort to put ourselves in a quote positive mindset, I think we often wish to leave our bad experiences behind and not bring them with us into the new year. But is this in line with our practice or our activity of listening to the Nembutsu? The passage that I shared today was written by Venerable Shindan in the preface of his main text, Kyogyo Shinsho, in which he clarifies this true gate of the Pure Land, Jodo Shinshu. He writes, if one should come to receive the pure, undefiled truth from the activity of Namo Amida Butsu, one should rejoice in all the past karmic causes and conditions that have brought them to do so. In other words, if it comes to be that we should meet with Amida Buddha's vow and Namo Amida Butsu, we should appreciate and have joy for all the things in our lives, even as far back as the distant past, that have made it possible for us to do so today. This means that for all of us gathering in front of Amida Buddha today, receiving Namo Amida Butsu, we are able to do so due to everything that has happened in our lives thus far. Everything. So everything. This means not just the things that we consider good or happy, but also the things, events, and people that we may consider bad or sad or challenging. So if this is the case, then do we really need to leave all behind, all the quote bad stuff behind us in the new year? Or perhaps what Namo Amida Butsu is trying to get us to realize is that even unfavorable experiences can be transformed into lessons from the Nembutsu. I would like to share another piece of writing from Venerable Shinran, a poem in his collection of poems that praise the Pure Land Masters. He writes, "Hindrances of evil become the substance of virtue. It is just like ice and water. The more ice there is, the more water there will be. The more hindrances there are, the more virtue there will be." I think what Venerable Shinran is teaching us in this poem is that all that we experience in our lives that is a result of our three poisons does not need to be shied away from and should not be ignored. Rather, we should not consider these hindrances of our three poisons and the karmic results that we receive of the three poisons of others simply just as hindrances or bad things, but rather through the light of the Buddha Dharma, right? We can be illumined and we can transform the way that we look at them and consider them opportunities to receive the wisdom and compassion that is Namo Amida Buddha. If and when we are able to do this, all of our experiences, both favorable and unfavorable and everything in between, transforms into wisdom and compassion of the Dharma working in our lives. They become experiences that we can truly, deeply rejoice about because they brought us to meet with Namo Amida Buddha. I want to be clear that I don't think that we are being asked to just get over it, right? Or sit with triggering trauma or anything like that. But to explain further about what I mean, I would like to share an example from my own life. So as I may have shared before, last year, one of my cousins suddenly passed away at the age of 37 from an accident. Of course, I am not joyful about the passing of my cousin at all. I'm still very much in shock and sad and angry and confused. But at the same time, his death gave me a very special opportunity to reflect on my own life and the Buddha Dharma. Through his passing and his becoming a Buddha, I am reminded of the difficult truth that life is always in motion and nothing ever stays the same, no matter how much I want it to. In this light, I feel a very special type of appreciation and joy for receiving this Dharma through that situation. In addition, the continuing COVID situation is also something that I wish would just go away. But at the same time, I appreciate that because of the situation, conditions have arose for us to share the Dharma in a way that I would have never thought about before the pandemic. And also, through this situation, I am constantly reminded of the truth that none of us lives alone in a vacuum. We are all inextricably linked and exist and share our lives with others, even when we are not aware of it. Because both of these examples have connected me with the Dharma in a way that I would not have if they didn't happen, even though I am still sad and angry on one level, on another level, I cannot simply wish that they didn't happen, right? Because of the special opportunity that I received. In addition, my inability to accept these events as natural parts of life, right? Death and illness. This reminds me of how true the vow really is working in my life. That it was made for someone like me, who is ordinary and enlightened and unable to accept these truths. And through this, I am able to realize how these events truly are a part of me and my Nembutsu journey. I would guess that many of you have also had experiences that you possibly wish to move on from or leave behind. But I hope that you too, through this light of the Dharma, can transform your memories and experiences as precious Dharma encounters that we are able to see by the light of the Nembutsu. In line with this, as we each celebrate the new year and wish to start the year off right, I hope we can do so with Venerable Shinran's teaching of transformation in our hearts and minds. Let's remember that we do not need to cast off and forget negative aspects of last year. Through our experiences, we can practice appreciating and accepting everything that has happened to us as a whole, accepting our lives as a whole, because our lives that have been lived, however they have been lived, have brought us to meet with Namo Amida Butsu and the universal vow today, just as we are. The vow carries us as a whole person, both the happy parts and the sad parts and everything in between. I would also like to add that this year is a special year for our tradition in Honganji. This year, Honganji will be observing Venerable Shinran's 850th birthday, along with the 800th anniversary of the establishment of the Gate of Joro Shinshu. So these are examples of events from the distant past that have also occurred so that we may hear this precious teaching today. These special events, in addition to the personal events in all of our lives, and again, everything in between, are all karmic causes and conditions that have brought us here today to receive the compassionate embrace and the guiding light of the wisdom of Namo Amida Buddha. As Venerable Shinran wrote, to meet with this wisdom and compassion is very difficult and rare. It is something that not everyone has yet had the opportunity to do. And so I think Venerable Shinran is teaching us that we who are receiving it already should not take it for granted. As such, he is teaching that we should truly rejoice for all the karmic conditions, karmic causes and conditions, actions, people, experiences, everything in our lives and even before our lives that have brought us to meet with the vow and be here today. I hope that we can move into the new year by practicing not curating our lives and pretending that only happy things exist, but rather practice accepting our whole selves, our whole lives, and know that we are able to hear the vow because of all parts and all aspects of our lives. I hope that we can all greet the new year and the Buddha, not just with our right foot, but also with our left foot, and wholeheartedly experience the Nembutsu working in our lives at all times. Thank you very much for attending our New Year's Day service today, and thank you to all of you for listening to the teaching of Namo Amida Buddha with us. I hope everyone has a joyous New Year with the knowledge that each of us are embraced within the great immeasurable light and life. Please have a safe and warm New Year's celebration. Please join me with my hands together as we recite Buddha's name. Naman Dabts, Naman Dabts, Naman Dabts, Naman Dabts, Naman.
Thank you, Reverend Umezu, for your Dharma message this morning, and we all hope you feel better. Next, I would like to bring up Reverend Takata, who will deliver his message in Japanese.
皆様どうぞ合唱してください。奇妙無量寿如来南無不可思議意行、限りのない命の如来に奇妙し、思いはかることのできない光の如来に帰依し立てまつると、何万打仏何万打仏何万打仏。ハッピーニューイヤーエブリアン。皆様明けましておめでとうございます。 皆様におかれましては、限りのない光と命の中で、お喜びの新年を迎えられたことと存じます。今年もどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。もうこのお寺に来ましてから2年半ほど経ちます。まだコロナで皆さんにお会いすることができておりませんが、この前にですね、私は日本町の西本願寺に7年ほどおりました。で、西本願寺の方はですね、新年に200人、300人の方がお参りになられます。で、ほとんどの人がですね、メンバーじゃない方が多いんですけど、ほとんどの人はですね、日本町にある真言宗にお参りに行かれるんですね。で、真言宗の方は3日間で2000人ほどお参りがあるそうです。で、真言宗とか浄土真宗とか禅宗とか周りにたくさんあるんですけど、宗派がわからない人はですね、西本願寺にですね、お参りに来られるんですね。で、なんで来られるかと言いますと、お守りを買いに来られるんですね。で、年の初めにですね、仏様にそして自分の家族がですね、ずっと健康でおりますように、交通事故がありませんようにとか、自分の願い事をするのに来られる方がおられるんですね。でもここのお寺はちょっと違うんですね。皆様の前にお立ちの阿弥陀様はですね、私たちが仏様にお願いをするずっと前からですね、すでに私たちのことを願っておられるんですね。どのような願いをされているかと申しますと、いつでもどこででもですね、必ず生きとし生けるもののすべてを必ず救いますよという願いを立てられておられるのです。で、この願いのことを、本願と言うんですけど、ですから私たちのお寺は本願寺という名前なんですね。どうしてかというと、この仏様の本願、願いをお聞かせいただくお寺であるから、本願寺という名前がついているわけですね。で、皆様の前にありますこのお内陣ですね。お内陣はここに立っておられます仏様の仏国土、お浄土を示しているわけです。で、このお内陣にですね、ろうそく立て、花品、香炉、そして釣り道路とかいろんなお荘厳がされているんですね。で、このお荘厳はですね、すべてこの仏様の願いのお働きを示しているわけですね。で、先ほどから、お香を焚いてるんですけど、お香を焚くとですね、煙が上がってきますね、白い。で、これも仏様のお働きなんですね。で、皆様このように今日お寺にお参りに来られるのに足を運ばれたのも、仏様が前からですね、皆様が来られるようにと願ってですね、仏様がお働きくださっておられるんですね。ですから皆様今日ですね、このように新年を迎えるにあたり、一番先にですね、この仏様にご挨拶させていただくということは本当にね、おめでたいことであるかと思います。そしてまたお家のお仏壇でですね、まだお参りをされておられない方、仏様にですね、お礼させていただいておられない方は、まず仏様にお礼をさせていただいて、そして新年を迎えていただきたいと思います。本年も皆様と共にお念仏の中で、お念仏の日暮らしをさせていただくことを、望んでおります。本年もどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。それではどうぞ合唱ください。何万打仏、何万打仏、何万打仏、何万打仏、何万打仏。
We will have the reading of WLABT.
Would you please join me in 合唱 and read together the WLABT by Master Renyo. We rely upon Amida Buddha with our whole heart for the enlightenment in the life to come, abstaining from all sundry practices and teachings, and giving up the trust in our imperfect view. There is no doubt that the assurance of enlightenment comes at the very moment we entrust, and we recite the Nembutsu Namo Amida Butsu, in joy and gratitude for the Buddha's compassion. We also acknowledge gratefully the benign benevolence of our founder and succeeding masters, who have led us to live in these profound teachings, and we do now endeavor to follow throughout our lives the way laid down for us. 両下出言、もろもろの同業脱臭、自力の心を振り捨てて、一心に阿弥陀如来、我らが今度の一大事の御所、御助け将来と頼み申して候。頼む一年の時、往生一条御助け事情と存じ、この上の称名は言放射と存じ、喜び申し候。この恩断り弔問申し訳候こと、ご解散承認ご出世のご恩、次第僧正の伝示式の朝からざるご関係のご恩と、ありがたく存じ候。この上は定めおかせらるる恩をきて、一号限り守り申すべく候。ナマンダブツ、ナンマンダブツ、ナンマンダブツ、ナンマン。
Okay, thank you, Sensei. Now, announcements. So during the week of January the 9th, Monday through Friday, we have a Honko service, evening service, starting at 7 o'clock every night. Our guest speaker will be Reverend Dr. Takashi Miyaji, who's the resident minister of Southern Alameda County Buddhist Temple. On January the 14th, from 10 to 11:30 is our Honko seminar, and our guest speaker is Reverend Dr. David Matsumoto, who is the president of the Institute of Buddhist Studies. Registration is free, but donations are greatly appreciated. Following day on the 15th at 10 o'clock is our Honko service, and again, Reverend Matsumoto will be our guest speaker. Then we have some study sessions available. The first is entitled, What is the Jodo Shinshu Teaching? And this is on Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m., starting January the 25th, and this is going to be led by Reverend Takata. Suggested registration is $50 for this one. Then we have one on Saturdays from 11 to 12, entitled Shoshin Nembutsuge. The first session starts on the 21st of January, and this is $60 suggested registration. Then we have one entitled, What is the Pure Land? And this is going to be in person only, starting the 19th of January from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And this is led by Reverend Mas Kodani, who is Minister Emeritus, Buddhist Churches of America. Registration fee suggested is $30 for this. Next is Buddhism Beyond Mindfulness, led by Reverend Umezu. First session is the 21st of January from 10:30 to 11:30, and suggested donation per session is $5. Next, Yoga at the Temple, every second and fourth Monday from 7 to 8. Classes are free, and again, donations are greatly appreciated. Now, all of these will be on our website at WLABT.org, so please be sure to view those. And then finally, on January the 28th, we have the Winter Pacific Seminar. If you want to attend, there's still time for registration. This is going to be from 9 to 12 at LA Honpa Hongaji Buddhist Temple in downtown. Registration is $30 per person. They also offer bento for $10 per person. So the bento, you have to request that by the 10th, and then for registration is the 20th. And if you would like to attend, please contact the temple office, and the payment is made to West LA Buddhist Temple. So with that, that concludes our service for today. Thank you all for attending. If you haven't had a chance to do oshoko or offer incense, please do so now. And with that, I hope all of you have a great week. Thank you very much. Sensei.
プリ住民合唱、ナマンダウツ、ナンマンダウツ、ナンマンダウツ、ナンマンダウツ、ナンマンダウツ。どうぞお唱功ください。